Good morning. Sorry, give me a second. As always, trying to fix this stuff. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I've been listening to this theme. Tao, you might recognize it. It's June and Shion's theme. Um Obviously Toho, right? Um I uh I fell in love with this song again because I heard it in Blooming Chaos, and I was scrolling through to play this song. Like I was looking for the original song just to play in the background, and I stumbled across this English like vocal cover, and I was like, holy shit, they cooked. Especially for English, no less. Because like, like English is kind of hard to like English version, like English covers of Toho songs is interesting. Like it's not easy to come by. Um it is a beautifully um like vocalized song. The way that they did it was beautiful. I need to find it. Actually, you know what? I'll just play it. I'll just play it. Hold on. Pause this. I'm just gonna play it, and you can give it a listen. All right. Where is it? It's this like who the people behind this was. I was just mind blown. Not gonna lie. Yeah. So yeah, no, yeah, I got you. Hold on. I'll play it, and then if you feel like you missed out on some of the lyrics, I'll just send you the video.
Plant one seed of pure despair, and what will happen soon we'll see.
Who was the fool to say money can't grow on a tree?
This Russian world is flowering with powerful temptings, and nothing comes for free.
And now it's ready to reap freedom and weep. It's all for me.
Wealth is never gained and never lost.
I love their dynamic.
Rearranged each time the wheel of fate is tossed. Like the hope that springs
Let me know if
from
it's too quiet.
hopelessness, a hope that's first dug by hope. Don't blame us if you get double crossed.
Sis, you're so depressing. I think you're talking too much. Let me handle this.
Right, sorry. The crowd does seem to like you.
Like me? They adore me.
I should
Can't
pull
think
this
of a
up
single reason why
I
they
should.
wouldn't. Well,
if I
wait.
can.
Listen to them. Everyone wants what I've got, and they've all got what I want. Most disgraceful, most disastrous.
This is the praise we're told.
I'll want it like a leading actress, bringing home the gold.
1 second.
The stage is set, the gamble's on. We'll
Oh, wait, I need to do
whatever
this.
else it takes.
But don't you have enough? Do you need
1 second.
to raise the stakes?
Don't you understand, my dear slave? Pennies they save are the pennies I can earn. And when the dollars pile up, set 'em ablaze and watch 'em burn.
Wealth is never gained and never
One is the better, one is the cheaper.
Here, wait, I got it. There we go. It is so nice. Let me increase the quality. No.
Face will crack and as a crack is sealed up in gold. There's no swelling up.
Time to become an absolute wizard.
Sis, is it time
It
yet?
is so
A
good.
little more, a little more.
Technically, they're not even watching us.
I don't want to put up too much because I know that YouTube is a little iffy about that, but it is so good.
Performance is yet to come.
Maybe I should make it smaller. Hold on. Make it smaller.
Honestly, go in and
Get a little smaller.
Your charisma
possessed by a carefree tune.
Yes. Lose your minds and shout out loud. Our climax will be
It is a really good cover.
This truly is the sweetest dream, the greatest use, the perfect plan. 100 pockets here in the reaches of my hand.
As someone who played this game a lot, the lyrics just hit so well.
Heard it makes a good show. I wouldn't know it's all for her.
Lights like precious diamonds are shining on the stage. The flowers bloom again and our dance is all the rage. Don't bother with a standing ovation, peasants, your place is to kneel down on the floor. And then I'll take what I want, take what you won't need anymore. Because you already know just who it's for.
So yeah, I like shout out to these people who sang it. It is absolutely beautiful. It is so well done. So yeah, before I show the full game though, I want to get a little more ready. But yeah, I listened to that and I'm like, holy shit, like that's actually really good. So yeah, let me put back on the original. Oh, I closed out of the tab. Hold on. I'm sad. Hold on. Pull this up. Who knows? I wouldn't mind doing a what's it called? A cover of that. Like a cover on a cover. Although I need someone else to sing it with me though, if we're gonna do that. How do I do this? There we go. I have it fairly quiet. But yeah. Anyway, God, it's been a long time since I've done this. So for those of you who may or may not have seen the ping, or you guys are watching this as like just like a normal video on YouTube, I am going to be I'm going to be, what's it called? I'm going to be playing through a visual novel. The last time I played a visual novel was Doki Doki Literature Club, and that was an experience. I think actually I'm pretty sure the only person in my community who was there who witnessed the Doki Doki stream, I think it was Potato. I think Potato's the only one like left that has like been both with me throughout the whole time, and then on top of that, you know, has been like a fan of me for that long. So yeah, I did the Doki Doki stream, and I said I like 99% said all the lines playing through that. My vocal cords may or may not be ready for whatever this game has in store for me. And yeah, it's just a little nostalgic being able to read a visual novel again. I can't wait to read something that puts my writing skills to shame, because I'm not good at describing stuff. So we're gonna see. I mean, I'll take notes. I'll take notes and improve. So that being said, we're gonna be playing a game made from Winged Cloud. It is a Yuri visual novel known as Sakura Isekai Adventure. It took me a while to set this up because I wanted to make sure that I had the right version of the game. I wanted to make sure that, you know, I was streaming something that was mostly safe. I did not want to accidentally show something that, you know, that may or may not get the video taken down altogether. So yeah, but if it does, if something for whatever reason shows up, say goodbye to the VOD. but I speed ran through the entire like script, like the entire story. I just basically just started a file and then just hit skip the entire way and saw like every single like image that showed up. And as far as I see, we are in the safe for work version of the game, so we should be fine. I do see like 2 images that are not showing, and I'm assuming that's for the not safe for work patch. So we're gonna leave it at that. I do know that like whenever you get like a game from WinCloud, they always have like a not safe for work patch that you can download. But I just wanted to make sure that if I like download a WinCloud game and it came pre-patched, I wanted to make sure that was not the case. Because I was like scrolling to like make like a thumbnail for the game, and I noticed there was like this one image that was like, oh, that's kind of sussy, not gonna lie. So I had to do my research like last minute. That's why it took me so long to set up the stream. But turns out we should be fine, as far as I know. So we should be fine. And if we're not, well, those who are watching live will get to see it and no one else will. But I'm like 110% sure we'll be fine. So, I already played a little bit of this, so I already kind of have an idea on like the first like 20 minutes of the story. So I already know like how it starts. I will be doing my best to read everything. My impersonations of different characters are not the best, but I can assure you, at least for the main character, it will be fine, because the main character, her name is Aki, and homegirl, as you can read from the title, is like me for real, for real. Yeah, I have not read a visual novel in so long, so pardon me if my narration skills are not the finest. With that being said, I think we may proceed with the game. I can pause this music now. My anxiety can get through the roof when playing a game like this on stream. It's something, I don't know, something about Okami on a Sakura adventure. Let's go, right? Something about me playing visual novel games. It's not even the fact that, oh, like it's like Yuri and it's like, you know, it's gay, whatever. It's not that. It's just the fact that like it's a visual novel and my reading skills are not the best, which is why I don't really read my book series. That's a lie. I do read it, just not often. But yeah, so you know, we'll see how it goes. I know that Doki Doki got a lot of traction. A lot of people liked me streaming Doki Doki, but that's probably because the game was really popular compared to a game like Isekai Adventure. So we'll see. That scared me. I was like, the hell is that? I hope it's not too loud or too quiet. We'll see. The game is just music and maybe sounds, but no voices, which is why I'm the one voicing it. Oh boy. I don't know why it makes me so like anxious in like a very excited manner. Like I'm excited to do this, but I'm also like, Queen, don't fuck up the reading. But we'll see. I will do my best to stop stalling. All right. Here we are. We are here. I probably should explain why we're streaming this actually in the first place. It's Pride Month, and I thought I'd play a game that's within my personal like line of interest that I normally would play like not on stream. That's all I got. I'm either gonna be really like nervous and like shy about expressing how I feel about like what happens. Either that or I'm going to be fairly barking. It's gonna be one of the two. There is no in between. Um, we'll see. So, also, I do apologize if I don't really read chat a whole lot. Tao, I'm going to rely on you to moderate chat for me while I'm experiencing this. I don't, yeah, like I said, I don't think I'll be reading chat a whole lot, but we'll see. With that being said, I guess we can start this. I need to change the preferences actually. So I had to turn all these on so I could I can get through all the unseen dialogue. Have fun reading, thank you. Let me know. I mean, audio really should not be too big of a problem. I'll up it a little more because I do see that it's a little quiet. But it should be good. Is it too quiet? I think, I don't know. I'll just let it be. I'll just let it be. Fuck it. We ball. Alright. That was another crummy day, just like usual. I mutter this under my breath as I walk down the street, clutching a cheap umbrella in one hand and my briefcase in the other. It's late at night and the sky is dark. It's so cloudy I can't see much of the moon. It's late mid-September and it started to get chilly at nights. It does get really chilly, like very, very early. Which is weird. Also, I'm going to up it. I'm going to up the volume. I hope that's better. The sun sets pretty early too, which means the streets are pitch black by the time I get out of the office. I've been asked to work late shifts this week, so I'm not been getting out of the office until, what is that, in 12-hour? Until 7 p.m. or even 8 p.m. That's not too bad. I get out at 10 p.m. What is she complaining about? But she's still like me for real, for real. A quick glance at my phone tells me it's 7:45 right now. This isn't the latest I've been asked to work, but it isn't ideal either. Lunchtime seems like it was a small eternity ago. I'm getting hungry. It would be nice to duck in a restaurant and get some grub, but I can't justify the expense. I don't think my wallet would be able to handle it. I walk past a few eateries. That's a word? Alright. My stomach grumbling defiantly all the while. It's raining, though it isn't raining too hard. I can hear the drops of rain striking against the canopy of my cheap plastic umbrella in an asynchronous harmony. Pitter patter, pitter patter. The soles of my black, boring shoes strike against the ground. I'm not paying too much attention to where I'm going, and I step in a puddle. Cold droplets of water splash against my pant leg, and I scowl. Ugh. That's a pain. These pants are going to be sodden. I guess I'll have to put them in the washing machine when I get back to my apartment. The neighbors will probably complain about the resultant grumbling of me using the washing machines so late at night, but I don't have much of a choice. I don't think I have any spare pants for work tomorrow. As if I didn't have enough to worry about already. I approach a crosswalk, still clutching my umbrella tightly. It looks like the road's clear. I set off, still holding my umbrella proactively above my head. The rain is starting to come down even harder now, in a mizzling mist which sprays my shoulders. This isn't good. I need to hurry. I walk even more quickly, cutting my way across the road and through the rain. When a sharp, glaring light from my left-hand side makes me pause, I turn. Could that be... No way. There's a truck. The old truck coon. The truck slices through the rain like a mechanical nightmare. Its headlights are brighter and brighter, or are getting brighter and brighter. I could run, but what's the point? I can't outspeed it. I like how immediately she's already like, alright, well, there's nothing I could do. It's going to hit me. See, like, I feel like, okay, yeah, vehicles go fast, but I feel like at the same time, by the time, Well, I guess I I guess rain is blocking the vision, but wouldn't you hear it? Surely it couldn't be that quiet. Vehicles are not that quiet. Whatever. I'm going to get smushed like an insect. My grip on my umbrella slackens. Soundlessly, it drops to the ground. The roaring of the wheels sound louder than ever. I can hear it pulsating inside my skull. I close my eyes tightly. White spots blossoming in front of my vision from the truck's headlights, and wait for the collision to happen. I wait, grimly, for my life to end. That's what I'm saying. You should. Trucks are especially loud. Yeah, I don't know. Even if they don't honk, I still feel like you should hear it, and that'll give you enough time for you to, like, even just like Helldivers dive. You know, like I can imagine just diving like a Helldiver, and like, yeah, you'll get a few cuts and bruises, but you're not gonna get fucking clapped by a truck. Whatever. It's just me. I guess it's just me. Oh wow, she just said. Yeah, she kind of just did, huh? I can just imagine like the window sound like boo doo doo doo. That's what happened. Also, I need to charge my phone. Just realized. I will try to take breaks with like all this narrating every now and then. Like get like a sip of drink, because this is me talking a lot. Also, my phone's not charging. Give me a second. Please. Phone, don't be a bitch. You can't see me moving because I'm. There we go. The time seems to pass by in slow motion. I can feel my body drifting. My head is aching. I try to open my eyes, but I'm met with even more darkness. I can't tell which way is up or which way is down. I can't tell where I am or what has happened to me. Homegirl is actually gonna get isekai'd. Absolutely water up. I'm lost. I think I remember walking back home from the office. But everything else is a blur. Did something happen to me? It feels like I'm sinking into an abyss. The pressure which is weighing down on me feels even more unbearable now. My lungs are starting to burn. It's only now that I realize that I've only been holding my breath, or I must have been only holding my breath. I open my mouth, hoping to draw in some much-needed oxygen, but my lungs are flooded with water, not oxygen, and I choke. I'm not really sinking to the bottom of the ocean, am I? Crap, this can be bad. I need to try and get to solid land. Stat. I pull myself upwards, my right arm outstretched, and then... there she is. It's me for real, for real. Just not pink. She even has the same hairstyle as me, kind of. See? It's kind of the same. At long last, I break the surface. Droplets of water scatter about me, and even more droplets of water trickle down my cheeks and my shoulders. My clothes are sticking to my body, and my hair is sticking to my skin. I'm drenched from tip to toe, but at least I'm alive. That was a fun deception of post-death, right? Thank goodness. Very similar bangs, right? Yeah. That is actually very similar. Huh. Actually, what about with my hair down? It's not as the same. I inhale great mouthfuls of air greedily, my chest heaving up and down from the exertion of it all. It feels like I'm drifting, it feels like I was drifting into the darkness for ages. Now, where am I? I glance about, frowning. I don't recognize my surroundings. I'm sure I was walking down the street a little while ago. Or maybe it was a long while ago? My thoughts are so jumbled, it's hard to remember. Nothing is quite the way it should be. This doesn't feel quite right. And my surroundings are definitely unusual. There's a riverbank not too far from me. It's a verdant green, studded with wild flowers. There are trees beyond the riverbank with dark boughs which sway in the breeze. Did I say that right? Bows? Bows? Bow? Yeah, I feel like that's the only way you can say that. It's a peaceful, idyllic scene, but it doesn't exactly scream central Tokyo to me. How in the world did I get here? What happened? I'm busy pondering this when... Oh, thank the goddess, it would seem that my spell was a success after all. Though, of course I knew it would be. I have not been... Jesus, I can't speak. I have not been studying as long as I've for nothing. Look over here! Hmm? Who's calling out to me? I don't recognize their voice. I glare at the riverbank, then... Oh. I gasped. There's somebody standing there only a few paces away, calling to me. This somebody is a young woman, perhaps in her early 20s or so. She looks to be around my age, but it's hard to tell. Her skin is a smooth, creamy white, and her hair is dark black. Her slender limbs are perfectly proportioned, and her chest... That's perfectly proportioned too. I mean, I guess I can't disagree. Not that I was staring or anything. The woman's beauty isn't the most striking thing about her, however. Her outfit's truly bizarre. It looks like she was wearing some sort of costume. Her clothes are form-fitting, and she's also wearing a cape which swishes behind her in the breeze. She even has a large witch's hat balanced on top of her head, to better complete the look. Is she an anime fan? Yeah, for sure. She looks like a cosplayer. I'm not sure what to think about that outfit. I do. It looks really good. It's a bit unusual, sure, but that outfit really shows off her curves. This woman doesn't just have a nice face, she also has a nice figure. Cat Ear Witch is magical, right? Exhibit A, Violet. Oh wait, I can use spacebar. I keep on forgetting. She's very pretty. No matter how strange her tastes in apparel are. The curious details about this woman don't end at her outfit though. There, jutting out from the wide brim of her hat. Are they cat ears? There's just no way. Those have to be fake, right? I'm not sure. Wait, wow. Where did I get that from? I'm sure they have to be some sort of accessory, but... No way. They're twitching. They're actually twitching. And now that I come to think of it, doesn't she have a tail too? Alright, that cinches it. I had my doubts before, but they've been well and truly confirmed now. This is no ordinary woman. She's some sort of cat woman. Though maybe she'd prefer being called a cat girl? She doesn't look all that odd, or all that old, sorry. Hey, you, why are you gawping at me? Ears. Oh, jeez, she must have caught me staring. I guess I wasn't being very discreet. I've never been good at keeping my calm around pretty woman. Real. Neither have I. But this woman is extra pretty, and she's extra unusual too. That's a pretty dangerous combination. There's no way I wouldn't start staring. I know I'm very attractive, but there are better things you could be doing than standing about in that river, staring at me. Gawping? Yeah, I think they meant gawking. I'm not sure. Translation is... If you want to look it up and see if it's a word, I'd be down. If you're not careful, you'll catch a cold. Now, come onto the riverbank. I want to take a proper look at you. I would like to take a proper look at the hero I summon hence. Summon? I look at the woman blankly, still blinking. What are you talking about? Do you not understand? The cat girl raises an eyebrow. You must be a bit slow in the uptake. I had hoped that my spell would summon a more competent warrior, particularly given it required so much mana to perform. But this must be rather sudden for you. It isn't every day that one's plucked through the ether and dumped into a river. I suppose it's not that I intended for you to wind up in the river. This spell is one of the most advanced ones. It was a bit tricky to pull off. I had a few problems with the execution. It's a British variant of gawking. Okay. I wonder where Wings Cloud's headquarters are, other than like, I'm sure they have multiple headquarters or translation teams. So I guess the ones that is from UK or Europe. But never mind that now. My name is Mina, a witch who serves the moon goddess Renata. I had lived in Renata's main shrine in the capital, Cronus, Jesus, for many years. It was my duty to protect the shrine from any intruders and protect the priestess too. Given I am very intelligent, well-educated, and beautiful witch to the highest degree, looking after the shrine was a simple enough task for me. For the last 5 years, there haven't been any issues at all. Until 3 nights ago, that is. That was when a mysterious, malevolent entity stole into the shrine, under my very nose, and they spirited the most senior priestess away, Priestess Luna. Ever since then, I've been on a mission to find her, so that I might retrieve her and bring her back safely. As Luna's closest companion, I cannot help but feel responsible for her kidnapping. It was a gross oversight upon my part, and I can do nothing except. Fuck, I hate that. Responsibility for the sad fate which has befallen her. I vowed, upon hearing the priestess capture, that I would do everything in my rather considerable powers to save her. During the last 3 days, I scoured Anthem on foot, searching for clues as to Luna's whereabouts. I was unable, however, to find any trace of her. It is almost as though she had vanished into the void itself. I might be intelligent, well-bred, and beautiful, but even I was beginning to despair that I would never find my beloved priestess again. I was so very anxious. I could not sleep, I could not eat, I was terrified. I did not give up, however. I was certain, if I continued to search, I would find some means of returning the priestess to me. And that was when I found an interesting spell written in the marginalia, I don't know, of one of my master's old alchemical books. I feel like it should be alchemy books, but that's just me. Nice of her to tell us while we gop. This spell detailed a means to which one might be able to summon powerful heroes to Anthem from other worlds to offer their aid during times of great crisis. There was a note appended to the spell which warned that casting it unsuccessfully can place enough strain on the witch or wizard's body so as to render them insensible. And even if the spell is performed as ought to be, it will still be incredibly draining. The spell came to Jesus, I cannot talk. I had a long day at work. I think that's what it is. The spell came with no shortage of risk, but I was willing to shoulder them. Finding Luna, after all, is my responsibility. She was kidnapped while I was supposed to be caring for her, and I will do anything to rescue her, even if I have to resort to ancient arcane magic that few nowadays could ever hope to master. I studied the spell, then wow. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Why are words hard for me to read? Then came deep into the forest where the waylines are thick and abundant with magical energy to cast it. I called out to the guardian goddess who protect all of us in Anthem, praying that they might lend me their power so I could tear asunder the fabric of reality. And then achoo! Jeez. I was trying to pay attention to what Mina was saying. Really, I was, but it was pretty tricky. Yeah, fucking tell me about it. It was hard for me to read it. She was using a lot of complicated terminology that was hard to understand, and it doesn't help that that what she's saying is so crazy. I mean, what is all this about moon goddess and priestess? What is Cronus and what's Anthem? Who is this Luna Mina seems to care so much about? Chia! And why am I still standing in this water? Or river, my bad. I really am going to catch a cold if I don't move. Oh dear me, you're sopping wet, you silly thing. We cannot possibly have a conversation like this. I doubt you have been listening to a word that I've said. Well, that's not strictly true. I did try to listen, but I'll imagine it went out one ear and came out the other, did it not? Well, I'm freezing cold, but a warm, embarrassed blush captures my face regardless. That cat girl's pretty discerning, but I guess those bright green eyes of hers see an awful lot. There's no way I'll ever be able to fool her. I guess I should just admit to it, embarrassing though as may be. I don't want her to think that I'm being rude, but I might have found your story a little hard to follow. Just maybe. I'm a bit worried that Mina will be upset, but... well, that is to be expected. I am not sure why I tried to discuss this with you in the very beginning. I should have known that you would be befuddled. Well, that's a fancy word. Befuddled isn't the sort of word people use very often. Thank you. It sounds like something my grandma might say, but Mina isn't mistaken. I do feel pretty gosh darn befuddled right now. If I were in your shoes, I would of course take the situation in my stride. But we cannot all be as calm and level-headed as I am, I suppose. I apologize if my expectations were too lofty. She says she's apologizing, but is it a real apology? She doesn't particularly contrite to me. Achoo! But maybe I'm being unfair? I'm still cold, and I'm still shivering, which isn't doing much to improve my mood. Yeah, she did go straight to the lore. Also sounds like me for real. Now, let's get you out of that river. Post haste, come on. Mina holds her hand out to me, her palm facing upwards. That ought to be our first order of business. Right. I wade forwards, scattering droplets of water in my wake as I do so, and reach for Mina's outstretched hand. I take it, my fingers curling around hers, and clamber out of the river. I might be free from the riverbed, but I'm every bit as damp as I was before. My clothes are so clinging to my skin, and my hair is soaked through. It's freezing. Mina looks at me up and down, one hand beneath her chin. We might have rectified one problem, but another still remains. You are dripping wet. It's not really something you say every day. Well, I can see that. Are you cold? A little. The water was rather chilly. Yes, that does make sense. I cannot say that I like going for dips in the river myself, not even to cool off on sunny days. The pond scum does not make it an appealing to me. An appealing one, sorry. What are you saying low for? What did I say? What did they say? And I do not care for water overly much either. Your discomfort is understandable. You could endure your suffering a little, with a bit more grace, of course. I am certain that Priestess Luna would never tremble as you are, like a sick dog, but that would be nitpicking. I can see that you're in a bad way, in part because of me, so... Mina holds out her right palm. How about this? Does this help? A pale blue light begins to pulsate about Mina's extended hand. The light is nothing like I've ever seen before, which seems to be a bit of a reoccurring theme here. Mina herself is already pretty strange, but the light that's exuding from her is even more so. What's going on? I stare at Mina perplexedly, then... Eek! I squeal in alarm, my eyes widening as a sudden gust of wind assails me. This wind is so powerful, it leaves scattering all about me. My hair, meanwhile, begins to flutter about my face, and as for my skirt... Ah! It's being blown up. Shoot, this isn't good. Red face, I clamp one hand down on the hem of my skirt, trying to avoid flashing my underwear into all instant track. Granted, it's not like there's an awful lot of people here at the riverbank to see me. There's only Mina, as far as I'm aware. That's still one more person than I'm comfortable with getting into the eyeful of my undies, however. I mean, Mina and I are strangers, more or less. She's already seen me dripping wet, which is bad enough. There's no way I want to start showing more of my skin on, to her on top of that. Really, though. This is so weird. Where is this wind coming from? You cannot tell? Mina looks at me archly, her right hand still raised. I am the one doing it, of course. What? But how? Do I really need to explain it? It's a quite simple matter, really. You are not very bright. Or maybe they don't have magic from the world you herald from? Magic? I look at Mina's hand, which is still outstretched, and back to my skirt, which is doing its level best to flap up and flash everybody. And by everybody, I mean, of course, Mina. Is this really magic? Well, what else would it be? Did I not already tell you that I'm a powerful witch? This hat isn't just for show, and neither is this cape. I know witches like myself aren't very common, even in Cronus, but we aren't unheard of. You shouldn't be all this baffled. What backwater world did I pluck you from anyway? I was trying to scout a powerful hero, but I'm starting to worry that I might have made a mistake. Speaking of which, this spell is a little more potent than I intended. I suppose that's an unfortunate side effect of being a genius. You should be dry now. At least, so. Gosh. Imagine firing wind for that long. Mina lets her arm down back to her side. My skirt settles back into its usual position, and so does my hair. Peace and quiet has once again returned to the riverbank. I can't unhear the rushing of the wind whipped up into a frenzy. Mina has the people skill of a rock. Instead, I can hear the faint sound of running water as the river ripples against its banks and the gentle chirping of the birds. Alright, Tao, there are birds in this world. You know what that means. Everything is very calm and serene, but my heart is still pounding a mile a minute. Meanwhile, my head, feels like it's in a complete jumble. I was doing my best to remain calm, but this really is too much. There's no two ways around it now. This woman really does know magic. She's a real, genuine witch, and furthermore, she even has the ears and the tail of a cat. We have bird variation. I'm not in Tokyo anymore. I don't think I'm even on this on the planet Earth anymore. I've come to a brand new place, a brand new world. This is like the plot of a light novel, but it's so cliche. Even light novels have moved away from this premise. At least she's aware of it. Something like, help, I was hit by a truck, then a pretty cat girl which summoned me to another world to be a hero would never sell in today's climate. Okay, I'm telling you, Aki is like me for real, for real. I'm tempted to move myself to the left, just so I could be next to Aki. She gets it though. It's way too hackneyed. Is this some sort of dream then? Am I hallucinating? Maybe the stress of the daily grind finally got to me. After all these years, I've gone insane. The worst thing is, that doesn't even sound too unlikely. I have been pretty stressed at work lately, but I have been so stressed I'd retreat into a fantasy world like this? I'm not sure. I've always thought my sanity was fairly stable. I figured I was too boring to have a full-blown mental breakdown like this, no matter how irritating my boss might be. Besides, I've never been that big into fantasy stories. No, that's a lie. I was into fantasy stories, but that was back in middle school. I might have been the sort of person to unironically check, help, I was hit by a truck, then a pretty cat girl which summoned me to another world to be a hero, back in the day. But that would have been when I was 13 or 14. I'm in my 20s now. I'm way too old to start fantasizing like this. Bro, I'm telling you, Aki is just me. Aki is me. She is me for real, for real. This is ridiculous, but... I pinch myself, but this scenery surrounding me doesn't waver. Mina, meanwhile, looks politely perturbed by my action. What is the problem now? Why are you acting so jumpy? I already used my magic to dry you off, so you have no need to look so uneasy. Is something else bothering you? No, it's just... Chat, we already know what we're picking. She knows the current climate, she still reads. What? Actually, I probably should have read that, actually. You're so pretty, my mind is reeling. Mina stares at me. Her eyes widen to comic proportions for a few moments in the face of my compliment. And geez, I'm beginning to blush too. Or I'm beginning to blush too. I really must be adult. That's a word I don't know. If I'm saying embarrassing things like this to a woman I've only just met. I guess I'm having a hard time coming to terms with my newfound reality. This all feels like a dream. Well, Mina clears her throat, then glances away. I am very glad that you find me attractive, but that is neither here nor there. That is a British term. I remember Ryan saying that in Xenoblade. Yeah, this is definitely translated by a British team. Either that, or they like decided it's because like it's fantasy slash like maybe like medieval. They wanted like a more British thing because that. Oop. Oh my god. No, come back. Come back. I fucking hit my... Okay, cool. I got back part. I hit my fucking thing on skip. Fuck. Wait, I thought it was supposed to be off. It is supposed to be off. The fuck? Okay, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I think this is definitely it's okay, we saved it. I think this is definitely like they went for like a more like posh type of vibe. Either that or it was translated completely by like a British team. I'm not, you know, honestly, no matter the case, it's cool. Hotkey is evil. It is very evil. Okay, let me get back to where I was. Okay, yeah, but that is neither here nor there. There are more important matters to discuss than my physical appearance. Now that I have a powerful warrior like you on my side, rescuing Priestess Luna should be a trivial matter. Either Mina is specifically hyper-British or all British. Yeah. I think, honestly, I think Mina is just hyper-British. I will not be doing a British accent, though. I cannot do that. I can do it with, like, very few words. Like, but that's it. I am sure that everything will be fine. I mean, I am sure that everything will be fine. Yeah, I can't really do a British accent. I feel like I would be offending those who are from the UK. Also, addled means confused, mixed up. Okay, thank you. Honestly, Tao, if you want to be my dictionary, I will point out a word if you want to tell me what it is, because I would like to know what I'm reading out loud. So, yeah, that would be brilliant. Is she now? That's good, because I wasn't. I sure heck aren't. I don't think I've felt less sure about anything in my whole life. Now, I think that's enough idle chit-chat. We have... Wow, that's another word. Alright. We have tarried by this riverbank long enough. Let us go back to the town. Casting that summoning spell has taken a lot out of me. I need to relax, and you look like you could relax too. Are you feeling tired? A little bit, I guess. I thought as much. Being pulled through the ether against your will cannot have been a pleasant experience. You have my condolences. Well, at least she realizes this exactly hasn't been a bed of roses for me. That's kind of thoughtful, I guess? Now, let's go. Mina turns her back on me, her cape fluttering. I hasten to catch up with her, depressing the tall grass beneath the soles of my shoes. A few leaves rustle underfoot, and a few sticks snap. The sound echoes through the air, which is calm and quiet. Maybe it's a little too quiet. See, it's narration like this I need to incorporate more into my book. This is what I lack in my book. I do a terrible job at immersing my readers into Mysteria. And I need to do this more often. I think that's my problem. I think that's why like my book doesn't feel as great. But now that volume 2 is coming to a close soon, I think I'm gonna go back to volumes 1 and 2 and like add some more detail to it. I just feel like sometimes I write too much, but I shouldn't be afraid of that. So we'll see. Tarried from Terry to delay or lingered. Okay, thank you. So I feel like I really should go back to volume 1 and 2 and revise that kind of stuff. We'll see. Or maybe I'm just used to Tokyo. I've lived here for over 6 years, or lived there for over 6 years. Like Ikebukuro, I can do this. Ikebukuro, and the hustle and bustle of the busy streets has become part of my daily routine. Yeah, you're right. At the same time though, like I feel like I do lack that, because I'll admit when I read the book, initially I find it fine, but then I have to I need to come to the realization that like you guys can't see what I see when it comes to writing Mysteria, and I need to be able to do a better job on describing said stuff. But I also know that some of the magic is, you know, up to the audience's imagination too. Oh, she was in the middle of the city. Yeah. So yeah, she's an urban girl. Also too, I want to make sure that I'm not blocking the view of text, so I'm gonna move myself like that. This forest, by contrast, is very peaceful. It's so peaceful that it's making me feel uneasy. Mina leads me into the undergrowth, away from the lake. I hurry along behind her, looking about me. Tall trees tower upwards in every direction, as though they mean to pierce the sky. It really does feel like I've come to a whole new world. Though I guess meeting a cat girl who can use magic already made that obvious. Hey, Mina? Yes? Mina continues to walk ahead of me, forging the way. She doesn't even bother to turn when she addresses me, to check whether or not I'm still keeping pace with her. The birds probably fled from the hairdryer. Considering she's the one who summoned me here, she isn't being very considerate. I get the feeling she's used to bossing people around. She reminds me of my math teacher, Mr. Sadashima. There's a reason everyone called him Sadashima the sadist. Behind his back, of course. Mina's a lot more attractive than he was, though. That's something. Chat, she's being zesty. This is what you call being gay. She likes her. What is it? I was just wondering, where are we going? We are going back to the town, like I told you. Try to keep up. Right, I got that, but this town... What is it called? Themis. Themis? Am I pronouncing that right? Themis? I can't imagine it being the miss. It's Themis, I'm assuming. I'm pretty sure that's Greek, isn't it? I could be wrong. Right. First Anthem, then Cronus, and now Themis? This country has a pretty particular naming system, doesn't it? It all sounds very... Thank you. Thank you. See? She already understands. And, where will we be staying in Themis? In an inn, obviously. I have a room booked. It's nothing too special, but it should get the job done. It will offer us a roof over our heads and will provide ample shelter from the elements. That is all for the present. We really need, that is all for the present we really need. Right, that's good. It's nice to know that we have a plan, I guess. Well, of course I have a plan. What did you take me for exactly? I am a servant of the goddess Renata, and I am one of the high priest's closest confident, whatever. I am regarded as one of the wisest witches there is in all of Cronus. No, all of Anthem. A woman of my standing always be prepared for any eventuality. Alright, I understand. I'm very sorry? Mina looks at me silently for a few moments, her lips still drawn into a line. Then she sighs. Ugh, it's fine. You aren't from around these parts, so you aren't to know. Being a witch is quite the important occupation. However, especially when one's a witch who works at the great temple of Renata, such as myself. Cronus, the Greek god, leader of the Titans. Huh, okay. I will say, Greek mythology is a big weakness of mine in terms of knowledge. I know nothing about it other than maybe like a little bit of like Medusa, but that's like, I understand like Medusa, she has snake heads. She turns people to stone. That's all I know. I don't know her backstory. I just know that she does that. So I do apologize if I don't get a lot of this Greek stuff. Not particularly my kind of vegetable, but we'll see. Excuse me. Don't underestimate me or my capabilities. If you do, you will regret it. Was that supposed to be a threat? I take back everything I said before. This cat girl isn't cute. She really is scary. Right, I won't make that mistake again. I'm very sorry, ma'am. Ma'am? Mina pulls a face. Why are you being so formal all of a sudden? I just thought that it would be appropriate, I mean. You said that you're a powerful witch, so I assume you want to be treated with respect? Well, naturally. Everybody wants to be treated with respect, regardless of the status. It is not simply something that I want, though. It is something I deserve, given how very powerful I am. You do not need to grovel and scrape before me. And you certainly do not need to call me ma'am. Run, poor Aki. I summoned you here so you could help me. In that sense, I am the one who owes you. I realize I have inconvened you. Wait, what? Is that inconvened? Inconvinced you? My head hurts. Wait, inconvenienced? Oh, inconvenienced. Okay. Bro, it's been a long day. Inconvenienced you. So do not debase yourself before me. Besides, Mina toys with a lock of her dark hair, the beginnings of a blush and blossoming of her cheeks. Calling me ma'am makes me sound kind of old. Convenience store. Oh yeah, convenienced. Okay, I see. Thank you. There's nothing very youthful or girlish about it. Now, I sent y'all a lot of the screenshots, so some of you who are watching might have recognized the screenshot here. We already know what we're gonna say. I love older woman, chat. Have I ever told you how much I love older women? Older women make me bark. Quote me on that. Older women just... they make me just go like this. They just make me just act up in ways that I just cannot hold back. Anyway, that's not about that. I like older women, though. I don't think you should be worrying about sounding old. You obviously aren't. And I happen to like older women anyway. What? Well... Mina's face turns red. Bashfully, she scratches her cheek with one finger. I'm glad to hear it, I guess. Not that I care about your taste or anything. They are irrelevant. Mina sighs. Seriously, what is wrong with you? Did you hit your head when I summoned you here? I might have. It was all very sudden. I can imagine it's quite a shock, yes. I will try not to judge you for making any inappropriate remarks. Hey, that was not inappropriate. I'm just saying, like, with age comes beauty. That's all I'm saying. Alright? There's nothing inappropriate about that, alright? All I'm saying is that older women just look increasingly beautiful, and that is a fact. No matter how you see it, alright? Older equals beautiful. I know that's subjective, but my point, that is my point. Anyway. But let us try to be professional here. Would you rather I call you Mina, then? That would do just fine, thank you. That is what Luna always called me. You mentioned her before. She, is the woman who was kidnapped, right? Right. The High Temple of Renata is full of powerful priestesses and, with any number of talents, but Luna's far outstripped of all of them. She is an oracle, which means she can see into the future. Her divine prophecies, which were bestowed upon her by the goddess Renata herself, kept Cronus running smoothly. Luna's divine powers have helped us keep peace and order for almost a decade. She had almost as much influence as the queen herself, but she isn't all that stuck up or arrogant. There has never been a kinder, sweeter girl than Luna, not in all of Anthem. I have always been fond of her. She is my most dear companion, and I treasure her immensely. I vowed, I pledged my allegiance to Renata's temple, that I would do everything in my power to care for her. But I failed, despite my intense training. She was snatched from the temple while I was supposed to be guarding her, and worse still, I never even saw the intruder. I have no idea who took her or where she might be, though I have a few guesses. There are no shortage of crooks in Anthem who would seek to use Luna's prophetic powers for evil. If she fell into the wrong hands, there's no telling what chaos and calamity might befall the country. Getting her back is of paramount importance, not just for my own peace of mind, but for Anthem's future. I will stop at absolutely nothing to rescue her. I can't bear the thought of my poor high priestess in the hands of some brigands. Mina's shoulders quake at the indignation. Gosh, I feel like I need to go back to school. I really feel like I need to go back to school. As she speaks, and her tail begins to puff up in irritation. She looks so worked up. I wouldn't be surprised if she started yowling. I know that's what cats do when they get worked up, but does the same hold true for cat girls? I'm not sure. I've never seen a cat girl in the wild before. Not until today. But you'll have to excuse me. I apologize for getting worked up. It is hard for me to speak of Luna without worrying. She is such a pure, kind-hearted soul. I can't bear the thought of anyone kidnapping her. When I find that miscreant, whatever, I will use my magic to tear them asunder. I will rip them limb from limb, sever their head from their neck, and dance about in their blood and... Once again, however, Mina's voice trails off. She must have realized she's gone too far, because her face turns bright red. Well, that's enough about me. What of you? What of me? It just occurred to me that you already know quite a bit about myself. But it's only just occurred to me that I don't even know your name. Oh, right. Now that Mina mentions it, she does have a point. Heavy violence, yes. I haven't introduced myself to her yet, have I? Indignation. Anger or annoyance provoked by what is perceived as unfair treatment. Ah, okay. Well, I guess it's better late than never. My name is Whoa. That's a lot. That's a Kazuyagi Aki. I'm 27 years old, and I'm an OL. My blood type is O, my star sign is Pisces, and my favorite food is sukiyaki. I look at Mina shyly, suddenly self-conscious. Is it just my imagination, or does it sound like I'm taking part in a marriage interview? I wish I wasn't so stiff and formal. Is that good enough? Honestly speaking, I didn't understand half the things you said. No? No, I never heard of a blood type before, and I have no idea what sukiyaki is. But I at least gather that your name is Kazuyaki, is that right? Or Kazuyagi, sorry. That is, nominally right, I suppose. Only nominally? Kazuyagi is, my family name. My given name is Aki. Aki, then. Alright. I will call you that from now on, I suppose, and you can call me Mina. That ought to do nicely. It is a pleasure to meet you, Aki. You too. Now, what is an OL? Eh? Oh, um, if Mina doesn't know what Sukiyaki is, don't tell me Sukiyaki doesn't exist in this world. That would be too depressing. It is not all surprising that she wouldn't know what an OL is either. Maybe I shouldn't have abbreviated the term. But would Mina have understood me even without the abbreviation? I'm not sure. An OL is... Wait, I think I can guess. I ensured when I cast that spell I would summon only the strongest hero to my aid. So would OL stand perchance for Overlord, or in this case Overlady? What? My face twitches. I think Mina might be expecting a bit too much from me. No, OL actually stands for office lady. Office lady? Mina raised an eyebrow. And what does that mean? The clue is in the name. It means I worked for an office. And an office is... So they don't even have offices in Anthem? That'll make my job a little harder to explain, but I guess it's not impossible. My job isn't all that complicated, conceptually speaking, which is probably why I'm on such a low-wage job. Sob. An office is just a big building where a company is stationed. I worked as a data analyst, which is to say I spent a lot of my time sitting at a PC looking through spreadsheets. Spreadsheets? Spreadsheets are, oh, just forget about it. I can't say the prospect of explaining how spreadsheets function for the next 5 minutes is a very appealing one. Spreadsheets aren't very appealing in general. They're so inherently unappealing. In fact, talking about them to a cat girl witch doesn't make them more exciting. Now, that's a pretty damning statement if I've ever heard one. If a cat girl can't make something more exciting, then it really must be dull. In any case, my job isn't a lot of fun. I spend most of my time staring at a screen inside. I don't think you'd find it very interesting. You spent most of your time indoors? That doesn't sound right. You must have some combat prowess. Else you never would have been summoned here. Are you sure you never took on odd jobs at this office of yours when you had tired of looking at that spreadsheets to fight against worthy foes? I wish. That would have made my life more exciting, certainly. But nothing like that happened. I'm just an OL, through and through. Do you really mean to say that you never fought against a dragon then? Not as far as I can recall. Or an orc? I can't say I've had the pleasure. Or even a slime? So we moved from dragon to slime, have we? Mina's faith in me must have plummeted pretty drastically. I don't want to be disappointment, but I've never fought any slimes either. Not even one? We don't really have those in the office, so no. Well, what have you fought then? You must have had some experience. I cast my mind back, hoping to find some detail I might be of use to assuage Mina's concerns. I did have that run-in with the biker gang, I guess, a couple weeks ago. I was heading back home from the office, but run-in makes it sound like a bit more eventful than it actually was. There might have been 4 of those guys with shaved heads and bare, burly arms covered in tattoos, but they were actually pretty nice. The leader of the group called out to me when I was about to cross the road and asked me for directions to the general hospital. I gave him directions, he thanked me, and then he and the rest of the posse rode away in the night. He seemed like a pretty nice man despite his scary appearance. I came away from the encounter feeling fairly optimistic about mankind in general. Well, I don't think Mina wants to hear about recounting the tales recounting any tales about biker gangs who were a lot nicer than appearances might suggest. She seems to want to hear about the tales smashing skulls and shedding blood. I'd like it if I could give her Wow, that's a word. Unpleasant feeling, less intense. Thank you. I'm gonna go back to this VOD and just read it. Like, actually, Tal, I want you to do this for me. Take every word that you have posted as a take every word that I didn't understand and all in its definitions and put that in put that as like a note in our DMs. Like, just copy and paste it and have it like set like that, and at the end of the stream send it to me in one big old message so I can look back on these and hopefully use some of these words for my book. I want to expand on my vocabulary. So yeah, please do that for me. I would love that greatly. Also, I want to know what this word is. And is whatever. I'm not giving her the I know she wants, but I'm sorry, I don't really recall fighting anybody or anything in memory. Sometimes I think I'd like to punch Ichigaki in the face, but the only thing I grapple with on a day-to-day basis is the photocopier. Photocopier? It's very temperamental. That C is a K. Wait, you talking Annie Kent? Well, I'll look it up for pronunciation later, but you can give me the definition. It's not very temperamental. Giving it a good hit usually makes it behave, though. It did bruise my hand the last time I whacked it, though. It really hurt, actually. Ugh, this is all I need. Mina scowls, then kicks the ground with the tip of her boot. Short and amusing story. Okay. She doesn't look too happy, which I'm starting to suspect is fairly commonplace for Mina. She doesn't seem very. She doesn't seem like a very smiley person in general. I was supposed to summon a powerful warrior. I specifically wanted the cream. Okay, I know what this is. I just am bad at pronouncing it. The cream de la cream. The best of the universe had to offer me. I wouldn't have bothered casting that spell otherwise. Would it not consume so much of my mana? It was a very difficult spell to master. If it had gone wrong, I could have rent the fabric of reality itself apart. I put my own life in danger for your sake. I knew I was taking a huge risk, but I told myself it was for the best. I was willing to do anything to aid Luna. Absolutely anything. And now you're telling me you came and defeat lowly slimes? Is this some sort of joke? Well, I don't know if I can defeat slimes or not. I never tried it. I've never had much of an opportunity, although... Mira looks at me stonily, one hand resting on her hip. Did you remember some special talent you've yet to disclose, Aki? Could you, perchance, be really good at whistling or clicking your fingers? I've never actually been able to click my fingers. Of course you haven't. I don't know why I expected otherwise. But I suppose I do have a bit of combat experience. You do? Just a little. It's been so long, it slipped my mind, but... Well... I did used to do kendo when I was younger, back in high school. I was pretty serious about it, too. What's kendo? It's a sort of sport. Use a wooden sword, and you would have to try and score points against your opponent. It requires a bit of dexterity, and if you want to emerge victorious, it requires a bit of dexterity if you want to emerge victorious, and it's quite a bit of stamina. I used to practice a lot. I was actually the best at kendo in my school. I could beat all my opponents, and the guys and the girls. I even won a few tournaments. You did? I nod. I know it might be hard to believe because I'm so quiet, but I was really good at kendo. I wouldn't say I was world's best, but I was the best in my prefecture. I think that has to count for something, right? Mina ponders on this, one hand under her chin, stoningly in a way that shows no sympathy or kindness. Okay. I was hoping for a warrior with a bit more experience than that. Wait, but at least you're not completely worthless. It sounds like we have something we can work with. At least I hope we do. If you can't utilize your skills, then Mina's expression darkens. I don't know how we'll ever rescue Luna. She has been missing for far too long already. For much too long already. Awful things could be happening to her even as we stand here. We do not have any time to hang around chatting. But summoning you here used up a huge amount of my energy. If we can't get you ready for combat soon, there's no telling what will happen to her. Oh, my poor mistress. Please, hang in there. I'm coming for you, I promise. I refuse to let you languish. I might have dealt a rather unfortunate hand, but all hope is not lost. With a bit of ingenuity, I'm sure I can turn even this pig's ear into a purse. So please, just grant me a bit of time. Summoning this girl here was not a mistake. It could not have been a mistake. I do not make mistakes. Everything will be fine. It has to be fine. I'll make it fine for your sake, Luna, if you can promise to just hold on. Now that was quite the impassioned speech. There's something touching about Mina's stalwart devotion to her missing priestess, but I think Mina's ardent declaration of unwavering loyalty might have attracted some unwanted attention. I'm sure I heard a sound just now. A mantate. Fuck, whatever. From the undergrowth. I'm pretty sure I know what that word means. I just can't pronounce it. It sounded like rustling of leaves. And it hasn't stopped. There it is again. Poor Mina has no coping mechanisms. I hear another rustle, then a whoosh. It sounds like the air is being cleaved in two. Could it be? Hey, Mina, watch out! Huh? What are you... Mina begins, but doesn't get a chance to finish this question. That's because, less than a second later, I launch myself at her. I wind my arms around Mina, then push her down, tackling to the forest floor. Oof! Mina's back hits the ground with a thud. I, meanwhile, went on top of her, effectively pinning her to the soil. Right, okay, yeah, I had a feeling that's what it meant. I just did not know how to say it. Mina's wide-brimmed witch's hat falls off her head in the commotion, and her tail puffs up with irritation. Hey, what was that for? You didn't hear it? I frown and glance toward the nearby tree. Just take a look for yourself. Mina looks up, then exhales. Oh, I see. There, jutting out of the trunk of a nearby tree, is a knife. The knife is embedded deep into the trunk of the tree, which suggests that it was thrown with a great amount of force. I can't see the tip of the knife, given it's buried inside the tree trunk, but I'm prepared to wager that it's pretty sharp. It must be, to have penetrated the tree so deeply. Whoever threw it with the intent, if not to kill, then to cause serious harm. They were obviously going after Mina, but why should that be? You don't have any enemies, do you? That I cannot say. A few of my fellow witches in the temple did not like me very much because I was Luna's favorite, but I don't think that they would try to assassinate me in such an underhand manner. We witches have a lot of pride. We don't attack enemies from behind, and we definitely do not skulk around in the shadows. We always engage our opponents in one-on-one bouts, so we can better demonstrate the full extent of our abilities. We prefer to do things fair and square. Right, I see. That was illuminating, but it hasn't brought me any closer to solving this mystery. If the person who attacked us isn't one of Mina's rivals, it sounds like she has quite a few of them, then who was it? What do they want from us? I look around the forest anxiously, searching for the mysterious enemy who tried to strike us down when... Oh, hi. So, you were able to guard against my super secret stealth attack, huh? That's pretty wild. I guess you're pretty fast on your feet. For such an old lady, at least. Huh? A girl just emerged from the dense thicket trees surrounding me. A girl who's far prettier than her coarse style of speaking would suggest. The girl has a soft, heart-shaped face, a bit like a fairy. Her eyes, meanwhile, are very bright and very wide, the irises of the colorful butterscotch. The irises the color of butterscotch. You know, I never thought of describing eyes like that. The girl's hair is blonde, which isn't a common sight. Not in Japan, at least. None of my coworkers have blonde hair, which is not very conventional. There's nothing conventional either about this girl's outfit. Her bright red shirt isn't particularly covering. There's a slit running down the middle that reveals her tummy. I like how they say tummy and not stomach. And her arms are bare. Her shorts, meanwhile, certainly live up to the name. They're very short. I can see an awful lot of her thighs. Why are you complaining? Okay, this is a hard choice, actually. Who's cuter? I don't know who would be considered cuter. I'm like thinking. I'm like, I don't know, like she has some nice, like, you know, monster girl vibes. Like I love the paws and the like these like goofy ass stockings she has going on. But like witches though. I don't know. Okay, well, going back to what I said earlier, whoever's older, and it seems like she's younger considering that she just called us old. So I think we're gonna go with the choice that Mina is cuter. But Mina is cuter. I do like the tummy, but I don't know either. But no, bad Aki, stop staring. Now is the time to start drooling over a random woman. So she's like extremely gay. Okay, cool. Or maybe I should call her a girl? I think she's probably younger than both me and Mina. She might be as cute as a button, but I don't think I can trust her. Who are you and what do you want? I look at the girl mistrustfully, still shielding Mina. Why did you attack us? Eh? You want to know about little old me, huh? That's funny. Usually when I try and rob people, they're too busy crying about all their missing valuables to pay me much attention. But at the same time, people tend not to realize I robbed them until I've scarpered, eh? Usually I knock people out with my daggers, then I rifle through their pockets when they're unconscious. Okay, how the fuck do you knock someone unconscious with a fucking knife? When you throw a knife at someone, they are either very, very conscious and bleeding, or they're fucking dead. I don't know. It's a pretty nifty way of making my escape without getting caught. I see, so that was your game, was it? Were you trying to rob us? That's right. I'm glad you catch on so quick, miss. You might be old, but you aren't slow. That's the second time you called me old. Where's this insult coming from? I'm not even 30 yet. You still look pretty old to me. Or you still look plenty old to me, miss. And you eat... Gosh, her slang is killing me. Miss, and you even have the gray hair to prove it. I almost feel bad that I tried to steal from you now, seeing that you're a granny and all. But I've already scouted you out. Your mistress over yonder. The thief inclines her head in Mina's direction. Looks like her pockets are loaded. She has the bearing of a real lady, and her clothes are super fancy to boot. I bet that hat of hers alone costs a fortune. If she's a witch, she'll be incredibly wealthy. That's why I can't afford to let you get away. It's nothing personal. I'm just doing business. I know someone else who also said it's just business, but we're not going to get there. Business my foot. You are a thief. You would not know the meaning of the word business if it bit you in the behind. I'm willing to wager that you've not known an honest day's labor in your life. Now, leave us be. Do not dare to try do not you dare try to mooch off me. Otherwise, I will make you pay. Oh yeah? How are you gonna do that, With my magic, obviously. You have already deduced, based on the way I dress, that I am a witch. I am not just any witch, though. I'm incredibly powerful. I can command all the elements from freezing ice to blazing fire, and I certainly know how to silence silly girls such as yourself. If you value your life, you will leave us be right this instant. Otherwise, I will not be held responsible for my actions. Ooh, Mina sounded rather impressive there. I'm hoping a little speech of hers enough will be scared the thief away. preferably with her tail between her legs, but... Heh, the thief doesn't look afraid at all. In fact, she looks amused. So much yapping. Now that's funny. That's really funny. What is... I was just thinking, if you're as strong as all that, Miss Witch, then why don't you use your awesome powers to strike me down earlier? Why'd you have your flunky here deflect my attack for you, huh? That doesn't sound like something a great and powerful witch would do. It's good for you that your servant is so strong. Are you calling me a flunky? Well, isn't that what you are? You dove into your mistress' defense the moment you figured something was up, and you scuppered my plans. If that doesn't make you a flunky, I don't know what does. Why else would you risk your life to protect this high and almighty cat girl? It doesn't seem like she's particularly appreciative of your efforts. Woman, you mean? Begging your pardon? I am a cat woman, not a cat girl. I am much too old to be called a girl. But, before you get the wrong idea, I'm not that old either. I'm plenty youthful, thank you very much. That's so funny. It sounds like to me somebody has a bit of a complex with their age. What are you talking about? Who has a complex? I know that most certainly I do not, or most certainly do not. Sure, whatever you say, ma'am. Now, the thief's eyes glint. Since your flunky here blew my cover, I really wish you wouldn't call me that. There's no point in trying to be stealthy. I've already lost the element of surprise. So now I suppose I'll just have to face you here, one-on-one. Or 2-on-1, I guess. Now, come. Try and defeat me if you can. But I doubt that'll ever happen. I might be small for my age, but I'm spry and way too skilled to be bested by a couple old ladies. I'm not an old lady. Wow, Mina looks pretty angry. Why, you... No, scratch that. She looks livid. Her ears are sticking up in anger and her tail is puffed up. She reminds me of my little aunt's... Reminds me a little of my aunt's cat, Kuroko, whenever she gets in one of her bad moods. It's kind of funny, in a way. But I'm worried, if Mina loses her cool, she might lose to this thief girl. I don't have any weapons of my own, after all, so there's no way I'll be able to defeat her. We'll need to make use of Mina's magic for that. Hey, Mina? I rest my hand on Mina's shoulder, hoping that this will bring her back to her senses. Don't let her provoke you. You're much too mature for that. What would the High Priestess think if she knew you were letting a stranger rile you up so easily? Mina growls slowly. But after a few seconds, she seems to come to her senses. She sighs. You are right, of course. I know not what came over me. My apologies, Aki. I have shown you an unseemly side of my character. I can only hope it has not made you judge me too harshly. Oh, no, it's fine. We all have our own triggers. There are some things I don't like hearing either. Such as, you should smile more, and I get that all the time in the office, because I look so stony-faced. According to Ishigaki, I'm no fun to spend any time with, because I don't like goofing off during work hours and gossiping. I'd rather focus the task at hand so I can get home early. Real, also me. I really can't stand Ishigaki. But he's back in Tokyo, and I'm in this strange magical world, Anthem, or whatever it's called. I guess there's no point troubling myself over him right now. I have more important things to worry about. In any case, I'm sure you'll be able to defeat that girl easily. I've seen what a powerful witch you are firsthand. She might have a couple of daggers, but they won't be any chance against you and your enchantments. Why don't you show her how strong you are? She'll rue the day she ever dared to pick a fight with us. Well, about that, I think it would be best. Jesus. I think it would be for the best to keep this to ourselves, so... Mina beckons me towards her. Would you come here, Aki, and would you mind giving us a moment? We need to have a strategy meeting. Well, the thief ponders this, one hand resting on her hip. I don't think that'd be in my best interest, really. I shouldn't let the two of you discuss a plan of action, not when you're my enemies. But I guess it would be pretty unfair for me to strike you down while you're trying to have a conversation. It's obvious I'm gonna win this fight anyway, so... Alright. You two can have your so-called strategy meeting. The girl makes a quotation marks with her hands. Pause. Like, that'll help. I got you both right where I want you. Yeah. It's obvious you're no match for me. A couple weaklings like you. I am sure... I am sure we will make you eat those words eventually, you brigand. Even if today is not that day. Huh? What are you talking about, Mina? I thought you were going to use your magic to blast her away. You must be a very powerful witch. If you were able to summon me here from another world, a girl like that should be no trouble for at all for you. You would think that, yes. A single drop of sweat begins to form on Mina's forehead. Under normal circumstances, you'd be right. There is no way this girl should pose a threat to me, but... Aww. So cute. Mina takes a step towards me. I can feel her chest praising against my arm, or pressing. And I can feel her breath tickling my cheek too. This feels pretty good. But I need to stop getting distracted by pretty girls every 2 seconds. Otherwise, I'll become completely useless. Her voice drops to a whisper softly. She says, I don't have any mana left right now. What? I didn't mishear her, did I? Did Mina really say that she didn't have any mana left? Like she's some sort of character from an RPG? I used to play MMOs myself back in the day with my friend Kotone, though I haven't done that in a while. Kotone used to grind and ASAP online a lot. Yep, whatever that's called. It wasn't, if she wasn't at work or asleep, the odds were decently high she'd be busy wheeling away her hours on a SAF online. Oh, no, you motherfucker, it did it again. Come back. Okay. Alright, it's not like I begrudged. I know what a grudge is, but I don't know what begrudged is. Okay. Kotane for this or anything, I was glad she was enjoying herself so much, but she sunk so many hours into the game, her character soon outpaced mine. Playing with her wasn't very much fun in the end. Not when she was 40 levels ahead of me with all sorts of rare items. I lost interest, so I stopped playing SAF online. I stopped playing all my MMOs in general. Honestly, that's kind of real, because I was the same way. Whenever like people like get me to play games with them, like if it's like a game like Monster Hunter or even like Destiny at the time, when I would play MMOs like that, my motivation sinks when I fall behind, because I'm just like, well, maybe this game isn't meant for me because I'm falling behind too fast and I'm not having as much fun with it. I think like for me, like with like a lot of games is that oh, my thing stopped, sorry. I tend to have fun. Wait, my phone's not charging, hold on. There we go. I tend to have fun with like MMOs. But as soon as like friends get ahead of me, like I don't know, I kind of lose motivation. Call me selfish. Maybe I'm a bit selfish for thinking that. But like usually when I see people get ahead, and especially when they're ahead and they're not willing to like to slow down for me, I'm just like, maybe I won't play it anymore. I get like that very easily. I try not to show it, but yeah, I get like that all the time. But I'm getting distracted here. This is all besides the point. Why is Mina talking about mana? What even is mana anyway? I guess that'd be a good place to start with my questions. What do you mean mana? What? Now it's Mina's turn to frown. We've already established that you're from a backwater sort of world, but do you really not know what mana is? I'm sorry, but I find that very hard to believe. Well, I have an inkling. Mana's the energy you use when you want to cast spells, isn't it? Yes, indeed it is. Mina nods. She looks entrusted by my answer, but her enthusiasm only lasts a few moments. So, if you do know what mana is, why are you asking about it? Do you just enjoy wasting my time, Aki? Do not tell me you want to watch me squirm. No, that's not it. I was just wondering whether your concept of mana was the same as mine, that's all. In my world, nobody has any mana at all, so nobody can cast magic. I just heard about it in theory. I didn't know people could deplete their mana reserve so quickly. No magic, Your world sounds awfully primitive, but we've already exhausted this topic. I have no interest in flogging a horse that's already dead, and in any event, we only have so much time. I doubt that thief is particularly patient, so she will try to break up our meeting soon enough. So for the sake of being concise, I shall tell you this. Mana clears her throat, then says, the spell I used to bring you to Anthem was incredibly powerful, and it was so powerful, in fact, I cannot think of any other witches or wizards in the recent history who were able to pull this off. I was very pleased when I was able to cast a spell successfully, but it placed the strain of my energy reserves. I exhausted almost all of my mana during the casting process. Now I need to recuperate. Until I had a chance to rest, I will be completely useless in a fight. How can that be, though? You used that spell earlier when we were in the riverbank. You cast that wind spell to dry me off. Oh, please. Mina rolls her eyes. That was a level of a spell even small children can use. It was not very demanding. It did use the very last vestiges of my mana, however. Now I have nothing left. I might be a powerful witch, but as of now, I would not be able to summon a few sparks. Not of course, that simple fire magic would pose much of a problem to me on a general basis. There are wow, that's another word. Extenuating. There are extenuating circumstances at play here, so don't get the wrong idea. I am not a weak witch. I am incredibly strong. That nasty thief just caught me at a bad time. There is no reason to think any less of me because of this, alright? Well, alright? Mina grabs a hold of my shoulders, then gives me a shake. She might be smaller than I am and skinnier, but she's surprisingly strong. I love these choices. Being manhandled by her kind of feels good. I mean, who wouldn't? Let's be real. You know what I'm choosing. This kind of feels nice. I don't have anything against being treated roughly by a pretty girl. God damn, she's so gay. I love it. You do understand that, don't you, Aki? You are aware that I'm a powerful witch, are you not? I won't let you start imagining that I'm... Mina's face blanches, her expression one of horror. Incompetent. Wow, I can't pronounce it right. Well, about that. Alright, you two, that's enough. I think I'm giving you plenty of time to have your little chat. You should have finished your heart-to-heart by this point, surely. The thief retrieves a couple of daggers from her belt, then grips them tightly in her hands. Pause. Are those real paws? It looks like she's just wearing them. But then again, who am I to know? And even if you're not finished, that's too bad for you. I'm a nice girl, but I ain't nice enough that I'm just gonna stand around and let you two talk. It's time for me to make a move. Here goes nothing. What? Hey, wait. I call to the thief, bidding her to stop, but of course she doesn't. She darts towards both me and Mina, still clutching her daggers. Then she strikes. If I didn't jump away, that blow would have caught me. This girl might be short, with slender arms and legs, but she possesses an incredible amount of power. Should a girl this stature really be this strong? Maybe her tigerish features don't end at those ears and tail. It must extend to her physical prowess too. She's so strong, I'm worried I won't be able to fend her off, and I know Mina can't. She's out of mana. If we're we're to have any hope of beating this girl, I'm gonna have to step up to the plate. What's the matter, huh? Can't handle a little bit of roughhousing? But she's not giving me any openings. She's too strong. I thought you were pretty on point at first, since you managed to dodge my earlier blow. But maybe that was just a fluke. You're darting around like a chicken with his head cut off. I just need to give it more, what? I just need to give it a little more and I'll have you right where I want you. Take this! Whoosh. Yeah? I jump to one side, then stare at the tree trunk behind me. One of those girls' knives is embedded into the trunk of the tree. It's embedded deep into the bark, its handle swaying back and forth from the sheer force of its earlier impact. If that had hit me, it'd have been no laughing matter. I could have died. You should watch where you're throwing those things. That was dangerous. Well, that was the general idea. I'm trying to knock you out. It'll be a lot easier for me to steal from you if you can't squirm away from me, or if you can't fight back. Now, why don't you behave yourselves? Just give it up already. There's no way you can beat me. You don't even have a weapon. You brat. I scowl at the thief lobs another volley of knives in my direction. I'm able to avoid these, but just barely. One knife grazes my cheek as it flies by, and I hiss. That'll leave a bit of a mark. Is it bleeding? Ooh, now that looks nasty. Tough luck, lady. I don't want to hurt you. I'm not a total meeting, you see. So why don't you just give it up? Stop running around like a gross insect that's trying not to be smushed. You're gonna lose, so you might as well do it gracefully. That should spare you some humiliation at least. And it'll stop me from having to beat you up too badly. Oh wow, how kind of you. You're a saint. I spit out this retort as I dodge another volley of knives. My chances aren't looking too good, but I also don't want to surrender to this girl. Mina used all of her mana to summon me here. She did it because she wanted to enlist the help of a powerful hero, one of the land's best. I don't want to completely betray her expectations. If I can't defeat a single scrappy thief, what good will I be? I'd like to prove to Mina I'm not completely useless. Alright, I've had enough of this. It's time for me to counterattack. So I retaliate. I retrieve a branch from the ground, one which is fairly sturdy. Then I face the thief girl down, clutching the branch as though it's the hilt of a sword. If you thought I was gonna let you throw those knives without me retaliating, you're mistaken. I don't mind taking you down, not when you're going to rob us. Now that's more like it. I was really starting to worry you'd be a letdown, lady. Knocking out opponents before you can try and counter is all fine and dandy, but it's even more fun when one of my marks tries to fight back. She announced it. It really gets my blood pumping. It's been a while. It's been a while since I actually able to spar against anybody. But you better watch yourself. Now that you have a weapon of your own, I ain't gonna go easy on you. Playtime is well and truly over. Huh? What does she mean by that? All this time she threw those knives at me. She wasn't playing with me, was she? I don't want to believe that. Not when her attacks were so precise. But take this! Eek! She really is stepping it up a notch. I thought she was being relentless before, but now she's on a whole nother level. That was not what I said, but it's whatever. It's all I can do to avoid her blows. How you with them apples, huh? Oh, this is awful. Simply awful. Are we really gonna be bested by a single stupid girl? What would Luna say if she knew about this? I can hardly bear to think, or I can probably bear to think about it. This disgrace is unbearable. I almost wish a hole would open up beneath my feet so I would fall to my death. There will be more honor in that, at least, than being defeated here. I don't want to agree with Mina. She's being pretty pessimistic, but I think she might have a point. We are being pushed back by this little thief girl. Or rather, I am. I'm doing my best to counter her blows, but there's only so much a few branches can do against a couple of daggers. It's all I can simply do. It's all I can do simply to hold her off. But I don't think I'll be able to manage even that for long. Is this really it? Is this really the end of the road for me? Am I going to be defeated not half an hour after arriving this new world by a girl who's a good head shorter than I am? Hey, are you even trying, Missy? This is embarrassing. If you don't start getting serious, I'm seriously gonna defeat you. You're being... That's a word. You're being trounced? I don't know what that is. Well, I already knew that. She doesn't need to tell me. This is such a pain. I dashed forwards, hoping to land a single blow on the thief before I'm bested. Halt, evildoer! I command that you stop in the name of all that's good and righteous. Eh? The scarlet whirlwind of justice is on the scene. But a loud voice makes me pause. I turn my head, as does the thief. We both stare as one in unison, one eye wide, and whatever. What in the world? What exactly is going on? We both blink. Well, this is certainly unexpected. Was she fighting a slime? There's a girl standing in the forest, facing down the thief. Her hair is auburn and is tied back in 2 hours. Wait, 2 hours, sorry, in 2 buns. Sorry, I was reading something. A notification popped on my phone at the same time. It's tied back in 2 buns, although a few loose strands fluttering around her face. She's wearing armor, but she isn't wearing very much of it. Her thighs are exposed, and so is her chest. Quite a bit on her chest is exposed. Actually, more, I think, than there should be. There are holes in her outfit, as though moths have been nibbling on it. I don't think this girl's wardrobe malfunction has caused any, but it's caused by any moths, however. This is more likely culprit to be whatever, appearance would, and in all likelihood, be the gloopy, gelatinous mass that's clinging to her. This mass of greenish color seems to pulsate as it sticks to her skin. I've never seen anything like that, like that in the real world before, but it's not completely foreign to me. That looks an awful like slimes. The thief girl echoes my sentiments. Yeah, her expression is disbelieving. Who are you, lady, and why are you covered in goopy green gunge? Goonge, I don't know. Goon. Don't tell me you got ambushed by a bunch of weak enemies like that. Well, the fox girl grins. It's a funny story, really. I was just wandering through the woods, fighting any stray monsters that threatened the peace, when I heard a fair lady crying out in English. I dashed off to investigate, forgetting the fight I was already involved in, and the moment I turned back, the slimes were all ganged up on me. I try to escape them off, but they're pretty tenacious. But this scarlet whirlwind of justice figured it was much more important to try and help out whoever screamed. These slimes can wait. Wow, that's quite the story. I know, right? It's quite impressive, really, that I always hurry out to help out maidens in trouble, regardless of what state I'm in. Another lesser hero would have dealt with these slimes first before making their grand entrance. Oh, it's for TV slime? But I care about upholding the peace much more than I care about my appearance. Why does it matter if I'm a bit gloopy, so long as brigands like you are being punished? Huh, so that's your game, is it? You really mean you're trying to stop me? Of course, you were trying to rob these 2 women. It's only natural I'd stop you. So, what do you think? You scared? Of an old lady who came and fend off a few slimes? The thief snorts. Get real. Get real. There's nothing scary about you whatsoever. Hey, I am not old. I am a youthful young woman, full of pluck and zeal, and I'll soon wipe that smug smile off your face. Prepare yourself, you pint-sized brat. I'm more than enough to take care of you. You're nothing but a meanie, and a big bully to boot, picking on weaklings like this. There's no honor in your behavior at all. Hey, you got the wrong idea. I am not a weakling. No? The fox girl blinks, momentarily confused. Before with sparkling eyes, she grins. Well, you sure could have fooled me. I was thinking you were some sort of pinch with the way you fight, with the way the fight went down. But even if you got everything under wraps, I still like to help out. That's my duty as a Scarlet Whirlwind of Justice. Yes, you've already said that. Is that an official title, or is it something you call yourself? At the moment, I'm the only person who calls me that. Somehow, that does not surprise me. But I'm sure my heroic deeds of daring do will eventually become widespread throughout all of Anthem. In time, everyone will know who I am, and they're all reverie. I think it's reverie, right? They'll all reverie me. I'll be a champion of the weak, a defender of the needy. I already told you, I'm not needy. And to that, I've got to start kicking some major bad guy butt. Prepare yourself. The fox girl shakes off the gloopiest gelatinous slimes that were clinging onto her, then stabs her halberd in the thief's direction. I'm not gonna go easy on you. Ha! I wouldn't have it any other way. Come at me if you think you're strong enough. With pleasure. Just watch this. The fox girl dashes forward, as does the thief. They both meet one another, the fox with halberd meeting the blade of the thief's knife. Showers of sparks fly into the air, but the thief's weapon is soon wrestled from her hands. Why you? The thief grits her teeth together, but she's able to maintain her composure. Quicker than blinking, she retrieves another knife from her belt. She parries the fox girl with blows as best she can, but... Alright. Alright, this is more like it. It wouldn't be any fun you give it so easily. Let's make this a real match. It's clear she's outmatched. The fox girl has an advantage already, given her weapon has more range than hers and a far wickeder tip. The fox girl's energy reserves, too, are greater than the thieves', given she isn't involved in any fighting prior. The fox girl is making short work of this fight. Oh, Revere? Wait, is it Revere or Reverie? Oh, is it Revere? I don't know. Words are hard. In fact, I'm not sure if it can really be called a fight. And even if it is, it definitely is not fair. This is all rather one-sided. Why you... The thief jumps back, narrowly avoiding a blow from the fox girl's halberd. I can't believe you call yourself a warrior of justice. Oh? And why is that, huh? Well, it's cringy, for one. Takes one to know one. And what does... Wait. And what you're doing isn't just at all. Your weapon is way more deadly than my knives. If this keeps up, you're gonna run me through. Is this what you want? Of course not. Don't make me sound like I'm some kind of monster. I did get it right though. It is Reverie. Okay, I wasn't sure. I don't know if it was Revere or Reverie. It was one of the two. I don't take any pleasure in beating up girls, especially not cute ones. But you brought this upon yourself being so naughty. Now hold still and accept your punishment. As if I'm gonna do that. I ain't gonna let you lay a finger on me. Then it's a good thing I don't want to lay my fingers on you. I just want to introduce you to the tip of my halberd. That's even worse, you idiot. The fox girl and the thief trade a few more blows, but they're glancing. The thief stopped putting any power into her attacks. I think she must know there's no way she can win. She's been outmatched. The thief grits her teeth together. Then she jumps back. I've had enough of this. I'm not going to stand around and let myself get skewered. I don't have a death wish. I'll be seeing you around later. And when I do, I'll make you pay. Don't think I'm going to let you off the hook. The thief girl spews and retorts as a parting remark. Then she flees, dunking to the other growth. Wait. Oh, so wait, so was it Revere? I don't know. The bushes rustle around her, and soon she disappears. I can't see hide nor hair of her. Well, that's a weird. Am I reading that wrong? I can't see hide nor hair of her. Okay, it's almost as though she was never here at all, apart from the knives, I suppose, that are still littered around the forest. That is the only indication that this wasn't some sort of fever dream. Alright, that ought to take care of that. Foxgirl grins proudly at the thief girl takes off, still clutching her halberd. She wipes off a few beads of sweat off her brow, then turns to look at both me and Mina. Now, how'd you like those apples? I was pretty awesome out there, wasn't I? You know what? I'm gonna rizz up every woman I see, for the most part. Yes, you were really awesome. Of course, you were really... Yes, I was. You know I was. There are no doubts about it. The Scarlet Whirlwind of Justice always looks impressive, if I do say so myself. You are saying so yourself. Neither me nor Aki are being particularly complimentary. In fact, you have not let us get a word in edgeways. Okay, now she's just speaking Moon Runes to me, and I don't really get it. Just who are you anyway? Oh? The Fox Girl blinks. Didn't I tell you that already? I'm the Scarlet Whirlwind of Justice. Yes, I've heard, but that's just the title, and a self-granted one at that. What I'm asking instead is for your name. Oh, right. I get it. My name is Scarlet. It's very nice to meet you. The Fox Girl, Scarlet. I guess her name is... Flashes the peace sign, still grinning. Well that clears up one mystery. I think we should probably start to end here. I suppose I understand why you call yourself the Scarlet Whirlwind of Justice now. I know, right? It's pretty clever. It's a pretty clever name, don't you think? Not particularly. I'm gonna say it sounds cool. I'm gonna be honest. I think it sounds really cool. Isn't it just? Scarlet grins. You have good taste. I'm beginning to wonder about that. Mina shoots me a scathing look. I wish you wouldn't encourage her, Aki. Hey, I'm just being honest. Yeah, she's just being honest. There's nothing wrong with your little friend here thinking I'm cool. I am cool. And how many people agree with that assessment? Well, there's me. Apart from you, of course. And Aki here, and Scarlet's brow furrows. That might be it for the moment. Huh, I knew it. But I'm sure more people will realize how credible I am as time goes on. I just need to make more of a name for myself. I think you need to make another name for yourself. The Scarlet Whirlwind of Justice is a terrible name. Speak for yourself. Well, in any case, I offer Scarlet a hesitant smile. It is very nice to meet you, Miss Scarlet. Oh no, you have to worry about being all fancy and schmancy around me, or with me. I'm a warrior, not a lady. Just Scarlet is fine. Alright then. It's nice to meet you, Scarlet. My name is Aki, and this is Mina. I was just wondering, why did you jump in and help the both of us? Yes, I was wondering myself. What are you after? Why do you think I'm after something? Can a girl help simply for the sake of helping? If we lived in a fairer world, then yes, people would help others out of the goodness of their hearts. But we do not live in that world, unfortunately, and people are callous and cunning. Often they only partake in good deeds to fuel their own self-satisfaction. So why did you help us? Well, I really did it. I really only did it because I could tell the two of you were in trouble. I am a warrior of justice, you see, so I can't exactly leave two pretty maidens in the lurch. I just wanted to help out. But there might be something you could do for me in return. Of course, I should have known. And what is this favor you want? Let me hear it. Well, I just thought... The two of you are a couple of adventurers, right? Or yes? We're going on an adventure, I suppose. Good, that's great. That's exactly the response I was hoping for. My old party kicked me out because we didn't see eye to eye, so I was thinking it'd be nice if I could travel with my new band of adventurers. I've been drifting for a while and sleeping out here in the woods. I don't have any money, so I can't afford a place to stay or much food to eat. If you wouldn't mind me taking along with you, it would be much appreciated. Don't you want to take in a powerful warrior? I'll keep you safe, I promise. I'm very good at that. I'm tough. Well, this is unexpected. I cannot say I was looking for a few party member, though having an extra pair of hands might help. I can see that you are proficient enough with your weapon. Yes, I am. You won't find anybody more dedicated to the art of war than yours truly. But what you said worries me. Why did your last party abandon you? Surely there must have been a reason for it, and I have no desire to travel with a strange woman who might as well be a criminal. Then you're in luck. I'm no criminal. I didn't get kicked out of my last party because I cheated in cards or because I stole money. I was kicked out instead because they all thought I was really annoying. Don't sound so proud of that, please. Being ejected from your old party is nothing to boast about. Well, you think that, but in this case, I think it's a good thing that I was kicked out. My morals didn't align with the old members anyway. We couldn't agree on anything. We were always butting heads. Over, well, it's quite simple. My old party, we were all a bunch of cowards. Silence descends following Scarlet's proclamation. I look at Mina. Mina looks back at me. Then quietly, though I suppose everybody seems quiet compared to Scarlet, I say, cowards? Yes, that's right. They were all stinking yellow-bellied cowards. The whole lot of them. That's why I'm glad to be rid of them. Being kicked out of a party like that is a source of pride, rather than embarrassment. I was simply too brave for them to handle. And when you say too brave, what does that entail? Well, they were always so hesitant about attacking any monsters. They like to hang back and plan things out first. Scarlet makes the quotation marks with her fingers as she speaks, as though plans are some high faulting concept, which are completely alien to her. And sometimes they spent so long planning our quarries would get away. Can you believe that? Kind of want to just side with her and be like, that does sound pretty scummy. I can't believe that. That's terrible. How could they treat you like that? You were just trying to help people. I know, right? That's exactly what I thought. I wasn't gonna let any monsters get away. I thought I was doing a pretty good job too, but then the leader of the party started getting on my case. She told me I wouldn't know what subtlety was if it bit me in the behind, and if I kept blowing our cover, it'd make it harder for them to fight back. Can you believe it? They claimed to be the heroes of justice, but they weren't. In the end, they were more concerned about completing quests than protecting the peace. If they really cared about protecting the people, they wouldn't have had any issues with me facing off against monsters of my own. They were all awful. I see. Mina sighs. I think I understand why your old party wanted to be rid of you. And what makes you say that? What's wrong with wanting to help out the weak? There is nothing wrong, of course, wanting to defeat monsters or wanting to help others. But that is only within reason. It is not reasonable, however, to jump at every single conflict you find, or to go searching actively for conflicts to embroil yourself in, for that matter. I doubt that you accomplished more beyond putting your party members in danger. Their decision to have you leave the party makes perfect sense, taking into account. Well, excuse me for caring about other people. I thought as an adventurer it was my duty to look after others, but apparently not. It is your duty to accomplish quests given to you at the guild, no more, no less. Helping others is a nice bonus, of course, but how could you ever expect to help others if you cannot help out yourself? You need to think about your own safety too. Ha! Spoken like a true witch. Oh? Mina's eyes narrow. And what is that supposed to mean, You know exactly what I mean. You're mages, you're all the same. You might be powerful, but you're stingy. You never use your magic to help others. You're too obsessed with yourselves to worry about others, and you're too much proud. You study every day, honing your skills, and for what cause? So you can show off your fellow witches and wizards and boast about how strong you are? You might be powerful, but your power has no purpose. It's all selfish. Selfish, am I? Mina's nostrils flare with anger, and her green eyes seem to burn. How dare you say that to me when you have no idea what I'm like? Oh, I dare. I dare. All right, and I'm just saying it like it is. You're just like every other mage I've had the misfortune to meet. The mage in my old party was like you too. She was the one that decided to kick me out, and everyone else agreed with her. They had no choice because she decided she was the leader. Is it that your party had no choice, or that you gave them no choice? I don't know what you mean. I don't think I did anything wrong though. Well, you wouldn't. If we mages were if we mages were renowned for being selfish, then you warriors are well known for being thoughtless. Thoughtless? Scarlet pouts. I am not. I am very thoughtful, actually. It's because I'm such a kind, immensely caring person that I decided to help you. Don't forget, you owe me one. Why won't you let me tag along with you? I'm surprised that you wouldn't want to. I thought you didn't like mages. I don't. But you might be able to change my mind if you can recognize my genius. If you recognize my genius. Your genius for picking pointless fights and putting people you care about in danger? No, my genius for being an amazing, incredible warrior, of course. Are you incredible, though? I have to wonder about that. You were covered in slimes when we first met. I was just making an entrance. Yes, it was quite the entrance. I'm unsure whether I mean in a positive sense, though. Oh, like you'd have anything positive to say about me. You're a meanie. It would appear you catch on quickly. Perhaps you are not stupid as you look. Hey, you take that back. Why would I? Because I asked you to. You did, yes, but why should I listen? Because that's the nice thing to do. Nobody got anywhere merely being nice. This world is harsh and unforgiving, and I think it's time you realize that. And I think it's time you realize that it's only polite to help people out when they helped you. Stop being so stingy. Oh dear, this is no good. If these two keep arguing, we'll never make any progress. I know Mina doesn't think much of Scarlet, but I think she might be something of a boon. I'm not very confident about my abilities as a fighter, largely because it's been so long since I last held a kendo sword. My skills are very rusty, and that last fight made apparent. And it doesn't help that I don't have a weapon. If Scarlet hadn't stopped by when she did, I doubt Mina and I would have escaped from that confrontation unscathed. I don't think that thief girl is meant to kill us. I don't think the thief girl meant to kill us, despite her gloating. But she certainly meant to rob us. We would have been in a bad spot if that had come to pass. As such, I think I owe Scarlet a favor. If she wants to come with us, then why not? It should help me and Mina too. I'm sure Mina's aware of that herself. She's just being stubborn. Since Mina's taken against Scarlet, however, I guess it's on me to try and smooth things over between them. I know you don't like Scarlet very much, Mina, but I think she helped us a lot. And who asked for your opinion, Aki? Nobody did, but I think my opinions ought to be worth something. I am a member of this party, and I think that Scarlet should be allowed to come with us. Oh yes, I agree. I should be able to come with you. You made a wise decision. Well, you would say that. You don't have anywhere else to go, you freeloader. Why do you think she'll be such a boon, though, Aki? From what I've gathered, she is nothing more than hot air. Her boasts are empty. I doubt she has anything to back them up. You know, that isn't true. She is a good fighter. We both saw that. When she fought against that thief girl, she helped us a lot. So why can't we let her travel with us? She was a lot more useful in that fight than I was. She was useful, it is true. But she is also rather irritating. I cannot relish the thought of traveling with her. I don't think a person being annoying is any reason to disregard their skills, though. It does sound short-sighted. And I don't think Scarlet's annoying either. She's just peppy. Well, that's certainly one way of looking at it. I'm unaware whether I agree, however. Or unsure, sorry. I am unsure whether if I agree, however. I think you are being too optimistic. Mina doesn't look at all convinced, but Scarlet is beaming. Practically from ear to ear. I think that meant ear to ear, I'm not sure. She whips forwards, eyes glittering, then... Ah, quite unexpectedly, she presses a kiss against my cheek. Yay. The kiss is quick and fleeting thing, but it makes me blush. It still makes me blush. Can we just appreciate? Can we actually just appreciate? This is great. This right here is just great. I love this. Okay, I'm stuck between these two options though. Yeah, this is a certified gay moment. In fact, we're gonna take this in so much. I'm gonna refill my cup real quick because my throat is killing me right now. Ugh. Sorry. I really should polish up my reading skills. I feel like I'm messing up a lot on the reading. Either that or I'm reading too fast. It's one of the two, or both. Just the same. How are you guys enjoying the story so far? And if you're watching through a VOD, comment down below. Oh god, am I thinking... Bro, my gamer subs thing is like... It's getting chunky, I don't like it. And how do you like my narration as well? I feel like, I mean, obviously it's not great, but you know, it's something. It's better than having you guys just read it with me in silence. I don't really do like voice variations all that well, but you know, it's something. Alright. Kinda wanna save. How do I save? Here we go. Let's see. I wish you wouldn't be so touchy-touchy or touchy-feely. I'm not saying that. This feels pretty good. It'd be nice if Mina was this affectionate. I feel like I should say this feels pretty good. I think that's what we should say. It's fun. Your reactions make it... They make it what? They make it fun? Cute story so far. It feels like we won't be able to save the priestess though. Okay, I would like to say there are 3 games of this, of like the isekai adventure. This is the first one. So we do have 3, like, we have like a trilogy. So we, like, you know, it's gonna be a long story. Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm gonna say this feels pretty good. I'm not used to such overt displays of affection from cute girls, but this attention does feel nice. I can feel Scarlett's silky, long, brushing hair against my cheeks. And I can feel her chest pressed against my arm too. It's pretty nice. Yeah, I would like to know what this is like too. You know, I would like to. If I were to imagine heaven, this is how I envision it. Cute girls kissing. That's all I want. I feel like I'm melting. Yeah. Scarlett grins, her lips still inches away from my own, her fingers clasping my own. I knew I can count on you, Aki. Thank you so much for believing in me. I promise I won't let you down. Not when you put your faith in me. You're the best. I think I might even love you. Deep breaths, Queen. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. God, it's been a long time since I played a game like this. Ugh, if only if it was like a open world. I'm getting lightheaded. My ears are getting hot, actually. Wow. Chat, is it just me or is it getting hot in here? Do I have my fan on? Maybe I should put my hair down. Maybe that might help. This is... Wow. Not even a MILF. She's just a cute girl. This is... Yeah. Wow, okay. You know, maybe I like Scarlet too. Maybe I might love her as well. Hmm. Huh? Uh, I love me? Well, why not? You're very lovable. Any woman who doesn't think I'm annoying is a woman after my own heart. You'd be surprised how often I've been called that. I just don't get it. What's so annoying about wanting to spread peace and hope throughout the land, huh? You're doing... You're doing much more than spreading peace and hope. If this keeps up, you will give me a headache. Ugh. Mina pulls a face. She doesn't look particularly touched by mine and Scarlett's display of affection. Instead, she looks perturbed. Or perturbed. Yeah, whatever. Her arms are folded and her lips are pursed. Something I've begun to notice, which is rather commonplace coming from her. I've not known Mina for very long, but I know well enough to tell that she's often in a poor mood. Or maybe she only appears like that because she's worried about the missing priestess, Luna? I suppose she's under a lot of stress. I wonder whether Mina still means to turn Scarlet away from her party, but... Oh, fine. I suppose you did help us out of a difficult situation, Miss Scarlet. You can travel with us if you want, but you had best not start picking fights willy-nilly. If you make any problems, I will not hesitate in kicking you out, regardless how Aki might feel about you. I am the leader of this party, and what I say goes. Do you understand? Oh yes, I will be my very best behavior, Mina, I promise. You had better be. Otherwise, you will be very sorry indeed. Now, come on, time is wasting. We need to go back to the town. Aye aye, Captain, you're the boss. Alright. Alright. Oh wait, maybe I should continue this a little more, hold on. I trail along behind Mina and Scarlet, feeling a little disoriented. I'm supposed to be the hero here, a brave warrior who's summoned from another world, but I feel like I'm decidedly out of my element. I just hope everything will be alright. And I hope that hoping such a thing isn't too terribly naive. Goodness. We've only been a party for a brief while, but I'm already beginning to worry about our future. Will we really be alright? Alright, that's where we should save. Alright. God, that's so gay. I love it. Anyway. Alright. That is where we will stop. Yeah. This is... We got our first kiss. Anyway. Get your mind off the Dagger Queen. That being said, I appreciate everyone for tuning in on this. I streamed a very long time. I might have enjoyed this. And I will hopefully stream this tomorrow night, if not Sunday. So we shall see. I do plan on trying to finish this before the end of Pride Month. I'm hoping. So we shall see. We shall see. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in. For those of you guys who are watching live, thank you all for watching this live and listening to my poor reading skills out loud. And for those of you guys who are watching in the past videos and VODs, be sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment down below for whatever, all that stuff. You know the deal. You guys know the deal. And with that being said, this is your Economy signing out. I will see you guys in the next stream. Bye bye.